Hi, I'm Tempou. Skip the intro. Story time. Go. We start up in time amongst time amongst time, before time, and in front of time, where I actually lose it. Now you might be asking, what did I lose and what it means? In the beginning of the story, I already told you what I lost, and in the middle part, I will tell you what it shall be. Hopefully, in the story, you'll get a grasp on what I actually lost. Well, it begins in the beginning of the beginning, where to get this kind of skin color as mine, you have to spend your eternal time in darkness, and amongst other stuff. But it's not here or there. You're here to at least figure out what it is, and what it is a part of the story. So let me just think of how I will break down the story and how I will explain it to you, because you're not a member of the persons who or at the exact moment when I actually lost it. So I think it's necessary to at least go through the phases on how I actually acquire it and how I actually lose it, because it is kind of a funny story. So let's begin. I think I should leave it to one of the participants of the story, a random guy.
Alright, so long ago, far, far away land in a very, very, very tiny castle, there was this thing that someone got. And when they got that thing, they gave it to someone. And then that someone gave it to someone who gave it to someone who gave it to someone. Until it eventually landed in the hands of our local bitch boy, Tempou.
That's me.
Yep. But eventually, being the little absolute idiot he is, he misplaced it somewhere. And he cannot find it as of yet. This thing has a sort of cylindrical shape and can be characterized as something good, but sometimes it can be characterized as something bad in cases. And if you really, really, really were to think about it, you would know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I would say it also as well have a rectangular cylindrical shape to it.
Yes, and sometimes if you were to activate a special trigger that is on everything, it can maybe rotate at high speeds.
Possibly. It's
Yeah.
not really a maybe, it's kind of a possibly, but I would say it can neither do neither of or neither when.
Yeah, like, it is sometimes a bad thing when we're talking about women, but sometimes a good thing when we're talking about women, but no one really knows, no one really cares, but it's something.
Yeah, it's just something that's very important and very
Useless.
and useful at the same time. Don't forget.
Yeah, it can be something, yet nothing.
Yeah, it's one distracting object to acquire.
Yes,
It is
and
almost like I would say like French people. It should not be real and it should be real at the same time.
but sometimes when you really think about it, you shouldn't have it, but you do. You don't know how you got it, you just have it. You don't know when, how, where, why. You just have it, and that's that. And now you're looking for it, but you don't know what you're looking for. You just know that you have to look for something.
Yes, and that brings us to the main event of this story, where we do not really understand where I misplaced it, but we do know where I misplaced it.
Yes.
And it is kind of an weird oxymoron of a trip fest of I can't even explain how we can even get to this conclusion of this video, because it is kind of queer, I may say.
Yeah, it is sometimes purple.
Yeah, a oddish purple, green, black.
Mostly black, really think about it.
Yeah. Because I think I get is Dusty looking how you think you look like, whatever you look like right now.
Yeah, like, I don't know what I look like. I'm just some random dude.
And by the way, how you could do that?
Do what?
I mean, change your appearance. Like 1 minute you was an elf, and then next minute you was a giant plant from Super Mario. And now you is this.
Well, sometimes when you get older, you can understand the intricacies.
And why you sounding so far from me, even though we actually sitting next to each other?
Well, you'll understand when you're older. There's some things that,
But I was in the beginning of the beginning of the beginning of the beginning of the end.
but
How will I have to be?
you have to be at the beginning, 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 at the beginning of all ends.
Oh,
Exactly.
basically next week.
Yeah.
Ah,
So in 2 weeks, you'll be able to understand how I can not only change forms, but can somehow, I don't even know, change my voice to suit somewhere far yet close, yet
Yeah.
far.
it's
yet
kind of like
close.
it's kind of like it.
Yeah, I'm just something.
And P.S. If you're really confused about it, it is my last video. Bye! Like, hit like, subscribe, and Tempou out. Bye.
Yeah.